Live? But no, we're not. Oh. Ah, what's up? Cheers. Cheers to the wine drinker.
Everybody, y'all. And even if you're not a wine drinker, I mean, grow up, but whatever, dog.
Wow,
I'm not.
wow, grow up.
Yeah, well, come
I
on.
did try wine. I tried wine and
No, I get it.
it didn't wasn't that
No, you
bad.
almost killed 3 people. I get it.
Okay, that did.
Uh,
I did, yeah. 45
no,
minutes
no,
to drive, 25 minutes.
yeah.
That was a little scary. I couldn't
Savage
keep my
AF,
vision.
y'all.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter.
Facts matter. Facts do
Uh,
matter.
I'm your boy Black Pedro. This dude right here.
Yo, I am Shang,
There
aka
you go. Nailed it.
aka light skin assassin, aka breakdance master. Yeah,
All
see,
right.
I threw it right to him. He's in Vegas. I threw it all the way to Vegas to
That's faster,
but
faster than the Southwest. Like,
that was it was faster. You flew down?
mm-mm.
You drove
But I
down.
just meant it was just a Southwest joke. Hey,
Hey, okay. Yo, we're here for you 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys for rocking with us. For the people that have been following us for a long time, we appreciate you. For the people that aren't following us, you stink. You stink. You smell. I don't care how much you scrub your body, you smell. All the crevices in your face and ass and stomach and under there stinks. You smell. But the people that follow us, you smell fantastic. Right?
don't smell at all.
Don't smell at
No,
all.
you odorless. You just
Now, say y'all miss us. Say you miss us. Look at the finger. Say y'all miss us. See the finger? Say y'all miss
Monday
us.
through Friday,
Monday
3 p.m.
through Friday.
Pacific Standard Time, live, YouTube,
Yeah, right.
Facebook.
Then
If you ever miss us on YouTube,
you know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do. All right. You go
to the YouTube channel.
Scrolling.
It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. YouTube.com/C/Savage World. All one word.
It tells you everything there that you need to know. But if you don't know, now you know.
You know very well.
Okay, click the bell. Make sure you click the bell. We also need those thumbs up. Those thumbs up do matter to the algorithm of YouTube. So if you give us a thumbs
to the algorithm of the night.
and I'm the light skinned dude singing it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. One more thumbs up. Ha! All right, yo, see, we got the people in the feed already coming in. Make sure you do that. Also, we're not done. We ain't done. Make sure you check us out. It's right above our heads, but it's actually above Pedro's head. It's right there. Follow us.
Nothing gets above this head. That's why I got my hair this side. Actually,
yes.
I know what you mean now.
Right.
Sorry.
You know what I meant.
I took that person for a second.
Happens. It happens, man.
On Facebook, man. If you want to catch us there, some people are YouTube reverse or maybe banned, like we might be soon.
Like we do. One of our shows actually got flagged.
No, we know. Savage AF, man. Savage A dot F dot on Facebook. So between the A and the F, you want dots and dots and dots. Okay, so Savage A dot F dot. That's how we do dots.
Follow us. Follow.
That's how we do dots.
Follow. Follow.
Follow me know. Also, listen, man. Speaking of following, it's basically oxygen for comedians now. So if you want to keep Shang and I breathing in this game, make sure on what we call the IG, because we don't have time to say whole words like Instagram or to be spelling shit like IG. You know what I'm saying? So just the IG, Instagram, y'all at Black Pedro.
Black and a black and a black y'all and a black y'all and a black y'all. Also,
Woo!
follow
Killed
at
that.
comedian Shang, Shang. And if you follow me on here, I will send you $7,000.
Worth of email fraud. Okay, that's you got to complete the sentence because people think
All right,
they
all
go get
right.
money from you saying, and you never finish the
I,
sentence.
I never
It's
finished.
$7,000 worth of shaved puppy hair, and
Wow.
that's really all it is.
I didn't want to. I just wanted you to open up the mail and get it and be like, wow,
Get the puppy hair. Be
what
like,
is
I'm
this?
allergic.
It's puppy hair. So
Hey,
make sure you check us out on there. We got some stuff to talk about. We got one big topic to talk about. I think it's something that the Black community is addressing very seriously.
yeah,
Let's
it's one that we're dealing with.
deal with that.
Speaking of communities, before we get right into it, we do have a community here for us. People that show up every day, and we love y'all. Maya, Nicole, Damani. I see y'all know other Miranda. What up, Doe? Queen
Bronda,
Bizzles in the Hizzles. Bronda's
Nicole
doing
H,
thing.
Nicole H, and H stands
That yeah,
for
no,
H stands for ho. No, I'm kidding.
wow,
I'm kidding,
wow.
Nicole. Nicole, don't you come at me when I see you in these streets. Um,
But it's more like a war cry, right? It's more like Nicole.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
not
It's
like
not.
you. It's not
No,
like
we didn't. He didn't mean it like that.
it's not like you pass around your pussy
Yeah.
like playing cards. Now say that sentence
No,
twice.
no, no, no.
Pass around your
You've never been known as
uh,
the spades of the hood. You know what I
yes,
mean? Like
a
nobody's ever called
perpetrator
you
of
Texas Hold'em, and she lives
right.
in Texas. Watch out, man.
So I would never say that you're a perpetrator of pussy for Philly.
It's just Nicole. Oh,
Right.
Breezy
Now
JJ's. We
I
see
say
you as
that
well.
about Queen
All right.
Bee though. No, Queen Bee is a
Oh yeah,
very
no.
nice lady.
That's
Very nice lady.
very well known. How you think
Um,
she got to be queen? How
yeah.
you think she got to be queen?
But
Shut
no
up,
other.
girl.
Yeah, but
She
yeah,
the one get sensitive
yeah.
first, and then
Right.
I think she's the one who flags us. But it's
Yes.
okay.
No other
It's
Miranda.
okay.
Thank you for coming. We a rundown today is a run down in the singular sense because
A
the
run up.
topic is not a plural sense. The run up on the rundown and the rundown on the run up is some more shit. Now I was going. There was something else I wanted to talk about, which
Oh,
but
throw it in there, brother, if you want to.
yeah, but it was
Please.
going to be towards the end because I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I seen it and it made me really sad. And everybody's thinking probably talk about the other thing, but it was actually a movie called You People. Uh,
No, I haven't seen this yet. So,
it is,
but let's save it. You want to end with that one?
yeah,
So before we talk about you people, let's talk about our people.
our people. Ah,
Uh, hey, you know what it is, man.
Pedro,
Savage AF,
Pedro,
man.
I'm gonna give you that one.
Oh no, man, no, no, no,
Man,
no.
that
Bro,
was a
you set it up,
segue.
and I'm just
That was
trying to
a,
swing for the
I'm just
fences,
saying
bro.
that was a segue for your ass right
No,
there.
you pitch him
Uh,
like it ain't nothing. So, all right, man. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. It's Friday, January 27th, 20 Deuce Trey in the time space continuum. Black Pedro, comedian Shane. Let's get into it, man. We got one thing to talk about, and we got our eyes on the prize today. And I only call it a prize because, uh, you know, only it seems like recently we're only getting true any kind of real justice and action, and this is the most swift. And I am talking about say his name in the case of Tyre Nichols, who died at the hands of the police in
right.
Memphis about 20 days ago. Um, and since then, the police have been fired. Four of them are back on the streets already. Which we can get into that, but he did after being what is described as pinata style beating. We are waiting, and today, right around the time we might wrap up this show, and maybe if the footage comes out by then, we can kind of view it live and talk about it. But
I don't know if I want to
uh,
see. I don't know if I want to see it because I've seen so much. There was a sister that was
I
on
know.
TikTok that said we're getting used to black pain porn. I added the
Mhm.
porn part because it's like we
Okay.
see that constantly of us getting our ass beat, us getting beat by the cops, us getting harassed or treated badly by the cops physically, police
You
brutality.
know,
This is going to be
I,
extra and
I
harder.
and I no, 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 and I totally feel that. but I do think there are these kind of seminal moments like George Floyd, right,
Right.
where you kind of really had to watch that kind of evil go down, and just Derek Chauvin's demeanor, the amount of time, and the lack of intervention that just kind of and in broad daylight in front of a community, in front of a teenager who's taping it, who changed, that event, or at least our knowledge and response to it. But with this one, I think I need to see. I think I need to see 5 black cops, the only cops on the scene, known as the Scorpions unit, going out and really stinging a nigga, like just
Well,
beating the shit out of another black man.
I can tell you what it
I
is.
think I need to see that, because we talk about it. There's songs about black cops. We understand the
Black cop, black cop.
house nigga, field nigga type shit. But like, truly, I do even think that I, at this point in my life, in what's approaching my 46th year, need to see on tape just black cops beating the shit out of an unarmed black man. Like, I need to watch that just as a reminder for me that I ain't woke enough, nigga.
Okay, that's true.
I ain't woke enough.
Okay. Maya Baker says, weren't those cops that got black cops that got fired? Yes, they got fired.
Yeah, it was 5 black cops.
Now, it was them. Boom. It was these guys. And again, it was them.
Yeah, same guys, different situation. The one on the right shaved his mustache. That's not gonna make him more court friendly, bro. But either way, yes. These, by the way, Maya. So let's get into it. Let's get into some of the details. And these have been released over the days since it was made public that this incident happened, and that these cops were fired, and that murder charges have been pressed against them, along with
20 days. Now, the problem I have with this, okay, I'm gonna say the problem I have with this, and I saw Crump, attorney, I forget his name, first name, but I just call him
Ben Crump.
Ben Crump, and not the dance Crump, but no. Ben Crump. He did say, I want this to be a precedent. The speed that they immediately arrested, fired and arrested, and how the media plastered, like we're doing too, because I guess we're considered media, these black cops' faces all over the television, on the internet, which I think they should be. But at the same time, I don't see the same treatment.
So we're asking for equality,
right? Equality
in prosecution.
I don't see white cops' face plastered the same way. It's just not the same. And the speed of them getting some kind of accountability, because Crump,
which they deserve. They deserve. No. So if I could correct you,
what?
We shouldn't be disturbed. We should not be disturbed at the speed in with which these cops. No. Hold on. We shouldn't be disturbed by the speed in which these cops were prosecuted. Right. We should be disturbed in with which the lack of speed that occurs in prosecuting, or not prosecuting at all, cops of another color. So all cops should be prosecuted as quickly, or even more quickly, than these cops, right? It's not that no injustice has occurred to these black cops. None.
No. I'm not saying that.
No. That's what I'm saying. We want to clarify that, though. We need to clarify that.
And Damani Jones says, but when it's a white cop, though, they get a tap on the ass. I don't know. Right. So I think it's more a tap on the wrist. I think you think about something else, Damani. I don't know about
get off the porn. You can't watch porn and the show at the same time.
Tap on the wrist. That's what they say. Little tap on the wrist, like, hey, stop killing niggas in the street.
All right. So Maya brought up the all black unit, and or these 5 guys, and I'm not sure that the unit is all black. Nicole H says word on the street is that they were terrorizing people around Memphis. The reality is they are these 5 officers who murdered Tyre Nichols are part of a unit called the Scorpion Unit within the Memphis Police Department. So I just hold on and leave that picture up, Shane, because I know
Which
every time we
one?
put it up,
This one?
the no, the other one,
The other one. This
just
one.
just
Okay.
just so they can see them as cops, because like the banner was always in the way and you couldn't see the
It
bottom
covered it.
page.
It covered the people in the
Just so
bottom
you can
place.
see
Right. Right. Right.
everybody, just
And
for
and
audience.
and the one guy
But
looks like he was in Family Matters. The one guy over here looks like he was in Family Matters.
yeah. So
No.
all right. So but these cops are part of a unit called the Scorpion Unit, and it just kind of dawned on me that in a profession in which you're supposed to protect and serve, any division of that, subdivision, subsidiary, however you want to call it, unit of that, of that,
I'd like to call it
of this.
gang. Gang.
Okay,
Gang. Gang.
any gang subsect
Gang. Gang.
of
Gang.
an entity that is overall supposed to protect and serve. But I don't feel protected or served by a scorpion. I feel that is a predator in the natural world, as metaphors go. So if you're going to use a scorpion as your mascot, I don't feel like you're, um, about protection or serving.
Yeah. Right.
It seems
Now,
like
what if
you're
it was
about.
a what if it was a butterfly or a turtle?
I
I
mean,
would feel a little bit
the
better.
turtle unit would be a little slow for me.
I would. All
They'd be
right.
like, we're here to investigate
See,
the assassination of Martin Luther
Luther.
King.
I'm sleepy.
Like, bro,
All
it's
right, but AJ
2023.
Fitz says
No, no.
black people be like black pigs be like the black pig in Boys in the Hood. It's like I never liked you niggas. I
And like, listen, we can't. I don't think
black
we can get into a
nigga.
space. Yeah, I don't think we can get into a space where we can say that about all black cops
I
or
disagree.
all cops either. But the system in general allows for it, and just Shank, not all black cops are like
Okay, wait a minute.
them. No, 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 no. It's not even true. It's just not true.
It is true. It is
No,
true.
not everybody
Every
is
cop,
anything. No,
every
no.
cop,
So,
every one of them, every single one of them.
but I just wanted to just emphasize this point that
All cops.
any unit called the Scorpion Unit
It's horrible.
cannot be about protecting and serving, right?
They're
They're
about that life.
assassin, hunting, killing, right? Like it's in the name Scorpion, right?
Right. Okay, but
They're not the Saint Bernard unit that
no.
has whiskey for wounded people or whatever, right? Like
Oh no,
it's
no.
just not that.
They were a gang. They were flat out a gang. Just like Maya Baker says, the cops are a gang, a fraternity, worse than or as bad as the mafia. I agree with you to that point because they do protect each other. I think it's more black cops when they become cops. They're more about the blue than they are the black. That's number one. Number two, I think that they absolutely want the overseers or the Caucasians or the milk monkeys.
Officer.
Yes, the milk monkeys, the snow heathens, to
Ice
actually
cricket.
they want acceptance and say, look what we did. See how we beat these niggers. See how we're on your side. I think they're a bunch of coon cage ass motherfuckers, and I hope every one of them gets the grape when they get to.
I've called them CBCBs, coon belly crackerbacks.
Yeah, I mean, what other reason?
So I mean, and I heard commentary from one of the talking heads on CNN earlier, who's a former police, and he was just like, there is this. I think it was actually the former chief of Detroit, who was like of the Detroit Police Department, who was like, there is this. It's like black versus blue or blue over black. Like they can't, like you're blue over being black when you're a black cop. So that's what is expected of you.
But you know what though?
But
no, okay. I'm going to tell you what I just saw too. There was a cop that was sitting in his car and said he said that all you other cops that are silent about this, you're fucking part of the problem. You motherfuckers don't want to speak up because when you don't speak up, your silence means you condone this bullshit. And he was saying, as a police officer, that he's proud to wear the fucking uniform. That this was bullshit. It was excessive. It was murder, flat out. Why aren't there more cops coming out and saying that? But the white media does seem to be really not saying that they don't deserve it, but they really do seem like it's a really fast here, not alleged, these guys did it, or when it's white, alleged, maybe,
no,
sort of,
well,
kind of,
but that's
maybe.
not on the media, right? Like the reality is, a black police chief, a woman.
Right.
Sarah is her first name.
Yeah,
The
I saw her.
CJ is she goes by CJ. I'll catch her last name in a second, but like she is the one who is taking action, and I have feelings about this, right? Because she has done all the right things in the wake of seeing this video and knowing that it's going to be released. But I do want to say that, and I don't know her tenure, and how long she's been there, but since she's there now,
Right.
and it exists right now, there is a thing under her called the Scorpion Unit, which, by the way, somebody posted earlier, and I highlighted the comments. I didn't get to talk about it, but word on the street was that this unit had been going around and terrorizing, which is a word that was used, which was a word that was used by Ben, one of the attorneys working with Ben Crump. Not Ben Crump himself, but there's a white guy on this case as well, and I don't have his name right now.
I saw him speak.
But either way, he's identified this unit as a terrorist unit, and has asked for the disbandment of that unit unilaterally. So I guess what I'm saying is that if we're going to recognize or acknowledge that, and also I want to throw this in there as a piece, is that growing up in Detroit, my mother and her generation used to talk about a group called the Big Four, which was four of the biggest, blackest niggas you could ever see in police uniforms, who were police officers.
Miles. They were the Green Miles.
Yeah, and they would pull up, jump out, crackheads, beat niggas up, fuck them up, and get in the car and peel off. And sometimes not even make arrests, just jump motherfuckers and then bounce, right? So there have been factions. We know that LA County Sheriff's Department has several gang factions. So we know this has been a part of, outside, or I should say within the overall structure of slave catching, that there's even more heinous groups. So this is a historical, systematic faction of police enforcement that was occurring under the watch of
this woman,
a black woman. Okay. You know what I mean? But she took swift action once film was about to once it's on film, it's hard. And I think hopefully these departments are starting to realize that, like, all right, some of this shit ain't right.
You trying to blame it on the black woman? No, I'm kidding.
No. I'm just saying we can't. She recognized it very quickly that we can't.
I give her no props.
No. I'm gonna give her props for reacting properly, because she could have tried to bury it, but it wasn't gonna happen. So she went ahead and did the right moves, right? Like within.
You think she did the right moves?
Well, listen. You've already kind of complained about. Well, not complained, but both you and I have recognized that these cops have been fired faster than most cops that we see do things like this, right? And so even their behavior isn't that surprising. This is already being called reminiscent of Rodney King.
Right. It was worse than the Rodney King.
We've seen it in the past. Okay. This is nothing new. But we've recognized that it's happening quickly. So you can't then say that she hasn't done anything, right? So
reason I can say it,
she's moved quickly. She moved quickly. But I'm saying, I think the most major motivation is that it's on video and is about to be released.
I'm gonna tell you why. Nope. Okay, now you made a point there. She knew she had a squad of hard knock ass niggas.
I said that.
The Scorpion Squad or whatever. That might as well had to kick the Black Baby Squad. Okay,
it sounds like a DC movie that a DC comic that just doesn't.
Squad. Right, they're villains. Okay, so the reason that I don't give her props is she obviously knew that they was out and about like this. They knew they were called the Scorpion Squad, which they wasn't. You're fucking cops, you bitches. Quit naming yourself little nicknames, you cunts. All right. If anything, you should be called yourself the coon cunts. But the point is, the reason I don't give her props is I think that she was aware that the people in the community in Memphis was talking about them terrorizing them, and until she knew her ass was caught, that don't give you props. When you caught, you go, well, let me jump on it and get out there ahead of it before it really bite me in the ass. Well, bitch, it was already up in your ass. You knew it was up in your ass, and you didn't do anything then. That's number one. Number two, the reason I'm putting it in the racial lines is because these niggas are going to make it look bad for the black community. And white people say, well, look what you do to yourselves. You 5 big niggers beat the 1 big nigger to death. And that's how we feel about it. And whatever, man. That's what they're going to do.
No. Well, I think beyond that. So I think another thing that the Memphis police chief said that I totally disagreed with was at some point she was like, and this is talking with Don Lemon. She was like, the race of the officers totally takes out the the notion that this is about race. And then she went on to talk about how this is about an overall policing problem.
I disagree.
While I agree, it's an overall policing problem. This particular case is still steeped in, like most incidences with the police, it's still steeped in race. Like even maybe more deeply than just white on black, because this is like house nigga feel nigga, right? Like these 5 are house niggas who are trained to do what massa say. And the second a motherfucker like Tyre Nichols talked about freedom and tried to implement it, they went on some Django slave catching shit. Right?
No, I agree with you. And I don't know who Apartment 420 is, but where's the video? The video's going to be coming out.
We're expecting it in minutes, hopefully. Yeah, it's supposed to be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. I'm sorry, Eastern Standard Time. Which will make it 4 o'clock for us on the West Coast. So we're looking for it in the next, hopefully, half an hour, man.
Okay, so what's up, ZNat? The reason I have a problem with not just the cops and the racial aspect of it is because it gives an excuse for white cops to go, well, I mean, you guys do it to yourself. So why would I worry about what I do?
Well, I actually don't think that. I don't think any white cop is going to look. I actually think the opposite. I actually think the white cops are going to be like, they fucked up nigger killing for us. These nigger cops fucked up nigger killing for us. Like we were doing just fine. And now we're going to get fired faster and held accountable. We're going to have to record every fucking thing.
Okay, good point.
No. I literally had that thought earlier today. Like, white cops must be mad as hell at these nigga ass cops. Like, fuck. We give you one assignment, kill a nigger, don't do it on tape, and we won't kill you.
Okay, exactly.
We'll let you live if you take niggers off the street for us. Just don't get fucking caught.
Okay, but they are caught, and they are going to. I think that this trial, which is not going to be, it shouldn't be a trial, it should be a slam dunk. Just like a lot of should be a slam dunk. Just like Trump should have been a slam dunk. With just give me a 1,400 whatever such votes. That should be a slam. It should be.
Just stick to basketball. If you can't kill niggers properly, just slam dunk then, okay?
Yeah, dribble the ball. Shut up and dribble.
White cops are mad as shit right now. But they're like, Tyre, we were doing just fine.
The thing I do like about the media, to a point, they're not trying to paint him as a criminal. They're not trying to paint him as they always.
You can't. He wasn't even that dude. Like there was no weed on none of that.
You can't paint him as a criminal because with us, even the black
he skateboarded.
He was a skateboarder. He was shot. The black man that was shot in his own house when the white cop walked in and was like, "Oh, somebody's in my house," even though there was pictures on the wall of a whole bunch of black people. She thought, this must be my place. I must have forgot that I put pictures of black people on the wall. And then he came and shoot him. And then what they tried to do is paint him as some kind of drug lord because he had some weed in his kitchen on a cutting board.
No, I saw this
And
once when I was a rookie.
they always do shit like that with, but they can't do it with this young man because he wasn't that kind of young man. So they can't say the cop were in danger, because that's their go-to with the cops. I felt my life was in danger. I felt threatened. There ain't shit these motherfuckers could do. So it should be. I want to see the speed and the slam dunk of this. I do, but I really do want to see a lot of white cops that have skated. Now you got to think these are the people we've seen on tape. Imagine the niggification and the nigga terror that these niggas did on other black people before they got
This is what I'm like, AJ. AJ's like, Captain was like, which one of you dummies had your camera on? Jesus Christ. DeAndre, which one? That's not your name? Fuck, we've been calling you DeAndre for months.
Malik, you know better than that. What part?
Williams.
What part?
None of your names are Williams? Jesus
Cut
Christ.
off camera, beat people, don't you understand? What?
And you turn it back on and you go, he fell. It's that easy. It's been working for centuries.
But
how did they? Maya said they fucked up the church's money. Now I just want to be clear on this. Do you mean because now we have to give to the GoFundMe and the church won't get its tithes? Is that what that is? Sorry. Yeah, he wasn't your usual dreadhead in Memphis, AJ. No, this, and this is one of the good guys. But I do like to point out that when there's tape, like we know that the Klan's family that killed Ahmaud Arbery was gonna get away with it. Like the DA was not gonna press any charges.
The DA was gonna actually hide it.
And then the third one put out the video like, see what good we did in the community? And it was like, that looks like murder. So
murder.
But
they went away for quite a while. I think that two of them got life.
Yeah, but that none of that was going to happen without these videos. So yeah, AJ, I'm sure you're right. The captain is flipping out. Like, how the fuck could you record this? And to the point in which the chief of police had she a black woman in that position in that community, a black community. Fucking Martin Luther King was assassinated there. You know what I mean? And what, you're gonna let these black cops ride for killing an innocent black or an unarmed black man? Maybe he like, oh, okay, wait. So wait, no. This takes us to a very, very other important point. Is that the police chief herself acknowledged that, and that's the Memphis Police Department chief, acknowledged in this interview with Don Lemon that she did not see anything that substantiate the cops, all five of the cops, pulling him over for what they call reckless driving. And she said, we checked videos. There's videos in the community.
We check videos. We check street monitors.
Nothing. In her assessment, according to her, it's her department. She is the chief. She is number one cop in Memphis. Says, I haven't seen anything that would substantiate them pulling this young man over.
Well, there's no justification.
There was no reckless driving.
There was no justification. This was some hood shit. They still got a hood ass mentality. That's why I get just as mad. And they say, well, where's the outrage? That's the one thing I hear people say, well, where's the outrage with this? What's going on? What are you fucking talking about? You know why there's not as much outrage? Because they were held accountable. They were fired. Not only were fired, they were charged with murder. So the accountability is what makes not as much outrage. The reason that black people and even people of color, black people and white people that actually are humane and have some empathy, the reason that there's outrage all the time is because the cops always seem to get off. They seem to get off, they get to skate, they got diplomatic immunity. Kafa.
And Queen Bee, it's not that we're surprised, right? But it's like, I think we need to highlight incidences like these because even though it's black on black, that is about race in this instance. When 5 black cops sick themselves, here's another thing. It's all coming back so many ways.
Are you okay?
Because here's the thing. This police chief, she said a lot. Sarah Lynn, I gotta get her fucking name. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to talk and research, but
I got
she
it.
she said that also from the initial approach at the first scene, because there was initial stop at the first scene, a flee, like he tried to flee, Nichols that is, and then was re-engaged at a second scene, and that's where he was beaten to death. But the chief herself, she totally acknowledged that on the record that from the jump, she was like there was no way to de-escalate because they came from the initial contact. They came from from a point of escalation. So, approaching the car aggressively, loud, yelling, all of these things, right? Like, so in the chief's own words, this is not any training that they were going by, and that their behavior
This is her.
was.
This is her.
Yeah. Do you have her name? You got to not the fake. Get the name. Sorry, but she like she was acknowledging that these officers were aggressive and the escalators, for lack of a better term,
Her name
the
is
instigators.
Sarah Lynn, Chief Police Sarah Lynn Davis.
Davis. Okay, CJ, and she goes by CJ. So CJ Davis, Chief Davis, Memphis Police Department. She is acknowledged fully that these officers were outside their training and the aggressors from the get go. Now, I do want to point out again that I don't think, as a trained police chief, that you should act surprised or appalled when your your scorpion unit are aggressive from the jump,
Well,
are
I get it.
are escalating an incident, are attacking, are killing, right?
Okay.
Like, let's not play that game,
Okay, but
sis. Like, you have done the right thing by firing,
but you don't get a
but
pass.
yeah, like, let's not act surprised about your scorpion unit killing this dude, being aggressive from the jump. You can't be appalled.
Okay, but you know what though? To save
If
her
your puppy Dalmatian unit goes and licks a man to death,
then I would be
don't
like,
be.
wow, that happened. But I'm gonna tell you why she's gonna act appalled or she's gonna act surprised. To save her ass.
To keep
She's
a
saving
job.
her ass. She's absolutely saving her ass. And don't get me wrong. All right. I don't want to see them, take her into account. But I kind of want to see her taken into account. I think that you knew this shit. I knew you knew that they roll like this. All you cops, you fucking cops, bitch ass cops, sucker ass cops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you hey man, take that uniform off. See what we can do then, man. Yeah, I saw that video where the dude was like, "Yeah, come at me," and talking all shit, and the dude said, "Well, okay, well then take the uniform off, and I'll meet you at the boxing ring." And then afterwards, you see him like, "Hey guys, I'm really sorry. I had about 600 people want to box me now, and they all want to beat me up. They act like bitches without that uniform. And
All right, so
look at these dudes.
I do want to note this. I don't know the history. And sorry to interrupt, man, but I saw a question, and it's one I had earlier, and I think it's something we need to consider while holding, CJ Davis, Chief CJ Davis, accountable for having a Scorpion unit. She was sworn in. She's the 13th chief of police for the Memphis Police Department. She was sworn in May of 2021. I think May 4th, it says. So she's 2 years into the job, almost.
Right.
Almost 2 years into the job. And I'm sure enough complaints have come in over these past 2 years about that unit that have been ignored. to still apply it. Like, so,
Okay,
you know, I don't want to make it look like she started this unit. She spirited.
I
I don't
know,
want
but
her to
she still
be
condoned it.
CJ the Scorpion
Yes,
Davis. You
she
know what I mean?
is. All right, she condoned it.
We're not trying to create that.
And no other Miranda said she was fine with it until she got caught, and now it's a reflection on her. That's number
Okay.
one.
Hey, fair enough.
And
Fair enough.
WDMM Warrior Facts. He was pleading for his life. They knew. They
Yelling for
knew.
his mama.
It,
This is going to be
yes,
George Floyd, Rodney King, all the things we don't want to see swirled into
right.
one.
She should be held accountable. I believe that she should be held accountable. No other Miranda. And AJ Fitz says, I didn't say ones who murder because the ones obviously get charged. I said fired. Now, the bottom line is them getting fired and charged is what I would like to see across the board with all cops, especially white cops that are racially motivated. These guys are just some coon cage niggas that's trying to please they white masters. That's just the way I see it. But the way I see it with white cops is they've always been the Klan, white nationalists, white supremacists have always infiltrated the fucking cops, and they use it to bust heads. They use it to say, "Hey man, what are you doing tonight? I got to kill a few black people if I can." That type of shit. That is what's really going on. But these cops, I really do hope that they get their whole face graped. I want their whole face graped.
A
And I mean,
vineyard worth.
yes, I want I want
Cabernet Sauvignon for everyone.
but yes,
Voila.
grape their
Just,
face.
All right. So, apartment 420 brings up something that I think is another good point for us. The wildest part about this whole thing is the fact blacks are so oppressed, but they let 5 of them become cops. So my mother today has been like, she couldn't quite wrap her head around how 5 black cops could do this to another black man. And I was just like, you know what, ma, beyond race, um, I think for far too long they've allowed the sociopath, you know what I mean, just as a human type, like a stereotype, as an archetype, like they've allowed the sociopath to become cops, right? Like the guys who they might be ex-military, PTSD the fuck out. They teach them that these uh, urban streets are war zones that they have to, you know, be ready to kill on sight, and and that's just across the board. So then, for a black cop, when they step into these situations, and you know, shout out to Redstone Firearms. You know, we've had Jonathan Solomon on here, who was in law enforcement, and was like, he said on the show that for a righteous black man, it's hard to be in law enforcement, right? Damn near impossible, right?
Well,
So that already tells me that these ain't 5 righteous niggas, but what they are representative of to me is this, you know, intersection, this overlap between, you know, race and psychology, where certain cops, a large percentage, are just these sociopaths, right? Maybe were bullied in high school,
didn't get
haven't
no
gotten any pussy.
pussy.
Yeah, like whatever
Yeah,
however we want
whatever
to
the
call
case.
that.
No,
But that happens to black men. And when I look at this, and then when you talk about letting them be cops, as Apartment 420 was saying, I'm just saying, like, they probably fit the description because they're probably sociopaths who are willing to be violent and don't give a fuck about race. Like, would love to fuck niggas up in the hood
Okay,
because
they will
Big
love to,
Dayron used to pick on
but
them or
you know
some
why I
shit.
disagree? And I'm not trying to be
Let me hear it.
It's because
Go ahead.
I would like to see how many white people they terrorized. I want to see how many white men that they beat down like this.
Well, but that's the other
If
thing.
it's not about race, black people
But
kill
no,
black people.
they're in Memphis. They're in Memphis in a predominantly black neighborhood, right?
Okay,
So
yeah, but what I'm saying is what? But I mean, it's just like gangs. They talk about, yo, I'm gonna go over here and shoot this dude, cuz whatever, all that other shit, instead of the person that's really oppressing them. I just don't think these cops. I think these cops
but
definitely
but,
are on
but
some coon kid shit, and they do it that way.
well, there's no disagreement there. I'm
Okay,
not saying that.
but
I'm
where
not
I
saying
think
they're not.
no,
I'm not saying they're not coons. I'm just saying, like,
it's not just sociopaths.
outside of their skin color, you also have to have a certain sociopathic mentality to sit there and, you know, what we're about to see is a pinata style beating on another human being with four other individuals, and nobody's ever really like, hey man, maybe we shouldn't do this. So like, all I'm saying is like, in addition to being a coon, because like coons come in all kinds of forms, right? They could have gone into politics and cooned. They could have gone into,
Wait a minute,
bakery
hold up,
and
hold up.
been
Are you
coons or
trying to
whatever.
tell me that there's black coons in politics? Are you trying to tell me Ben Carson's not just
I'm
his?
only presenting
Hold on.
hypothetical situations.
Are you trying to tell me that there's black
I
coons?
don't know everything that's out there. I don't know.
Are you telling me that Candace Owens, okay,
Never heard of her.
Kuntisha is her other name. That's her ghetto name, Kuntisha.
Yeah, right. So
is Kunish. Okay, what
right.
does AJ Fitz say? KKK has already been proven to be in PDs everywhere, police departments everywhere.
Amen.
So how through it? Okay, I don't know.
So how thorough? So how thorough is their background check?
Background check. Really, I think that of course they got men.
Or do they know and don't care? So
okay,
that's why we talked about fire and rehire, AJ. But like they really do, and I think one of these situations, that's why I call them seminal, is that they do exemplify a moment in which we really should be able to look back and say, all right, look, if we were talking about, if this was just a racial issue before, right? If this was just like white cops are killing black men, right? White cops are killing black women, then it would be a racial thing, right? But once you have 5 black cops killing a black man as if they were white, like these niggas, they were like I don't know if at their swearing in ceremony, they were like, and you're white now. But like these niggas thought they beat this nigga like they were white, you know what I mean? And so then at that point, in addition to, and this was something, that I disagreed with Chief Davis, is that, she was saying this takes the race out of it. I'm like, no, this is in addition to this racialized component of policing, there also is a psychology to it, right? Like, and when AJ says,
it's a power thing.
We know that KKK, it's like they need to screen these motherfuckers all over, fire and rehire, not all at once, step by step, level by level, city by city, department by department.
Oh yeah, but okay, you know what the bigger
every cop in America, every trooper, every FBI agent, all of them. Now the CIA should be racist. We send them to places where they should be racist.
Right.
But that's a joke. But
okay,
no, but
I know.
definitely
I didn't take it serious.
domestically.
No, WDMA say don't forget about the black woman that got killed by her friends in Mexico. I agree with you. The bigger problem, the bigger issue I see is about black people having, if we go back to the Willie Lynch syndrome where they pitted black people against black people, it's us looking at us and bought into all the fucking systematic bullshit that they tell us to degrade ourselves. So he doesn't see that as another black person or as himself. He sees that as just someone lower than him because cops are on power trips. A lot of cops are on power trips. You get on the sidewalk. I'm not on it. I'm in the grass because I said so. Well, that's not against the law. I can walk through the grass. I said because I said so. Put your hands behind your back. I've seen so many videos like that. The girl that at the swim party where they grabbed the black girl and swung her like she was a rag doll. And she hadn't done anything wrong because she was just like, I'm going home. No, you're under arrest. For what? For resisting. Resisting what? Nothing, because I said so. Cops are power trip. So you got a black man that already feels like I don't have any power in the system I'm in, which is being a cop, because the white cops treat the black cops like bitches. Then they see another black man and they feel like, well, at least this is where I got power. Now, psychologically, they think, well, I got power here. And also, they're fucking crazy. I hate when people say, well, let's talk about what they went through as children. How about they just fucking crazy? Let me be their psychologist. I'm going to sit in the thing and go, how about y'all fucking crazy? Right. WDMA
said,
it's just like doctors have it too. Doctors.
Well, listen, when you make God in your image, when you make God in your image, yeah, you've obviously got a God complex.
But these 5 brothers, I don't feel any empathy for them, which is I none. I'm not. They get no pass, and it's fucked up. And in a minute, we're about to see. Now, I don't know if part of me don't want to see it because then I'll be like,
Yeah, I think this is one we do need to see though, because yeah, I mean, it is I think it will be a different experience. You know, if you grew up in the hood, you know that we don't always treat each other properly, right? Um, but to be able to visualize five black men participating in
Murder, flat out.
the murder, but behind the shield of the very system that was meant to oppress them as
Right.
well, right? So to see you basically join the other side to do what they do, right? Not like, oh, you should, man, listen, let's not ignore the videos where there are cops that dance with the kids and play basketball with them and give out the handshakes and shit, right? Like, again, it's not that there's no good cop in America.
I
And
disagree.
if you
Yeah,
fire
every cop.
if you fire and rehire properly, then all those cops will keep their jobs and they'll keep dancing with the kids and helping them across the street and talking with Miss Johnson
But no,
and doing good for the community, right? So
I think that the cops, if they did that and rehired them, the vetting of the cops and making them have more training, because you can be a lot of other professions take longer to achieve than being a
oh yeah,
cop.
no, all of that needs to be changed,
Right. They
obviously,
all
right?
need to be
And
changed. So when they say defund the police, I think they need to just imagine
fire,
the police.
rehire,
Fire,
fire,
rehire,
rehire.
but reimagine. Don't send
And this case also brings up like don't, maybe take them out of the traffic stop situation
right.
too.
Yeah, stop sending SWAT for a cat in a tree or a domestic.
Or a
Yeah,
broken tail light or some shit.
Somebody's arguing, and they're both across the street, and nobody's fighting, and they come in and they arrest them both, and they're literally dumb shit. Or when you pull people over, why do you immediately go for your gun when you go for your gun when it's just a fucking traffic stop? Your tail lights out, but it just seems like they're on a power trip. They always on a power trip. What WDMA Warrior said, a God complex, which I do believe they have a God complex. And I do like what he said here. I had a few bad run-ins with mostly immigrant black cops. Wow, yeah, Africans have a tendency to look at us like white people do. To be honest with you.
He said FBA are always cool. What's FBA?
Oh, I don't know.
First born in black America. First black. Hey, WDMA, let me know what FBA is.
Yeah,
Sorry,
again,
I
who
can't
owns
parse
the
that
media?
out.
Who taught in the schools? Whatever have movies that depicted people of color as. Yeah, and then I think black cops buy into that too. I think black cops buy into that too, and we don't need a video. Go to any inner city school to watch fights in classrooms, cafeterias, and school grounds. But this is different because they're put in Maya. I hear what you're saying. They're put in a position of power to actually protect us, not to beat us to death just on some
Well,
gang.
yeah, and also, yeah. Also, it's like this is different than just like interpersonal street gang violence. This is like, oh, I want to be sanctioned by the state to
Right.
go beat up on my own people. You know what I mean? I want to be a part of this power structure. I want to be a part of the Scorpion unit that
Yeah.
just goes in and fucks niggas up. Laugh about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I want to
what we
be part
do
of.
is wrong.
I want to be part of the one called Black Hammer Crew. I don't like all of that. WDMA Warrior answered your question.
Foundational Black American. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Coined by Tariq Nasheed. Okay,
Okay,
I
but no,
get it.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Thank
black
you.
people who are also black people who were born here, but their parents are immigrants. Sometimes take on some of the thought process and mentality of that. I just feel like I'm gonna have a hard time watching it. I don't want to see any more of this. But then again, I watched these three white cops, and it was on a white dude, and it was another skateboarder. In fact, I saved the video. I didn't put it up yet because I was gonna talk shit about it on Instagram. When I say they beat the brakes off this fucking dude. Now he lived, but they didn't kill him. But
Black
I just
cops beat up a white skateboarder. Is that what you
no,
said?
it was white cops beating up a
Beat up
white
a
skate.
beat up a white
And when
skateboarder.
the white skateboarder, and the thing is, and it wasn't like he was fighting them or being, resisting arrest. They just rolled up on him and they told him to get up on the sidewalk, and then he jumped his skateboard one more time, like, yeah, in your face. And they were like, oh, you ain't listening to us? And they beat the shit out of me. And of course, now these guys got suspended with pay, but now they get hired by another police force department in Denver, but they're from Milwaukee.
There you go.
You know, so I mean,
who's hiring? Who needs scorpions?
Yeah, I mean, the scorpion.
It's called the Great Scorpion Migration.
And all these black men here obviously got some kind of issues because the description I heard, and I saw the mother crying, and it was so fucked up. She said, "You've embarrassed I've lost my son."
Oh shit! It's out. Hold on.
What do you mean it's out?
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the video right now. Hold on.
Oh, I did.
Where's your water?
Is this the first video or the second video?
I don't know. Hold on.
The first interaction or the second interaction?
Okay,
I don't know. I just turned my shoulder down.
Because there was two interactions because he ran.
Yeah. I don't know. Hold on. We're gonna see. He doesn't appear to be on the scene, so I would assume this is the first one. The second scene appears to be where they beat the shit out of him, so
Wait,
they appear to be in some.
Do they have on?
They're out of breath, it appears. And,
where's the police uniforms?
Oh, nigga, this is the Scorpion unit. They plain clothes sometimes, or they'll have on like he has on a hoodie that just says police. Here, maybe I can get up here. I don't know if we can do a double broadcast here, but
wait.
I can't see shit.
I don't know, man. Do we need to see this again? Okay, somebody said, yep, saw the video of white cops beat the shooter, kill an autistic white teen. Yeah, they think that they're God. They think that they're the boss and of human beings. Whenever you move when I say move, do when I say do, you know.
So this video is being presented unedited by CNN. Again, I'm not seeing Tyre Nichols on the scene at all right now.
I know that there was two situations. He ran or something.
Well, the second one is when they like
caught him.
Yeah, and they like beat him. So
yeah,
this one cop seems to be trying to wash something out of his eye. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
I know, but if they're trying to wash something out of his eye, what is it, blood?
They all have like chargers and shit. So these are the go get 'em boy cops.
This is the my dick don't work cops. So they got to be big dog when it comes to that. Y'all, I'm gonna say this right now. All you cops that act like that, you bitches, you bitch ass punk motherfuckers.
One cop is handling a taser right now.
Yeah,
and they just keep pouring water on this other cop's face. Hold on, let's just try and go through this together before we end. Unless you got a bounce, Shay.
I'm good.
But
the thing about it is, I'm asking you and the people in the feed. We got a lot of people in the feed. Oh wait, what is this going on here?
I don't know. A cop is winding up. I don't know what this.
I personally think that a lot of these cops that act like this, other than the God complex, I think that the black cops that act like this, like if you saw Boys in the Hood, that cop, it is all something to get favor. Not only favor in the street from their fear, the fear that they put out there, and favor in the favor from their I'd say the winter. I call them the winter.
All right. So hold on. So I just saw they blacked out a license plate, which must be Tyre Nichols' car. So okay. So I'm looking at Nichols' car now, I believe, and it looks like there's a cop behind him and a cop on his driver's side, but he's not there. The door is open. So I'm going to assume this is the first scene. Again, this is an assumption. We're jumping in on the live.
Yeah, they're playing this
on the live broadcast.
Animals.
So this is unedited by CNN.
I
think he's run from this scene. So I'm going to say this is scene 1. Which way did he run? That way. That's what they just said. They gave blue jeans, plaid jacket, and some other clothing description. Okay. So right now, live. Sorry, Savage A. I'm just trying to piece this together. It looks like we're looking at the footage.
Well,
of the first scene, the first encounter, and at this point, what's his face? Tyre Nichols has run from this location. Sorry,
what says at least CNN is putting it out instead of ignoring it and wanting it to dwindle away. Hope it's forgotten. I see what you're saying, but part of it is just want to show black pain again and black.
No. Listen, man, we gotta watch this, y'all. Like
they were probably bullied by people.
We can't get desensitized to it. We can't get desensitized to it.
I mean, it is.
And if you don't watch it, you won't have any sensitivity to it.
But there's going to be a lot of people that are desensitized to it because they play it so much. They play us getting fucked up so much. And these cops, these fucking cops.
And AJ says they're also. He says they're also.
I got it. Let me get it.
They're also playing it because it shows black cops kill their own. Good. That needs to be shown too, so that we know that it's not just not just a racial component, but also a cop thing. It's a cop thing.
It's a police brutality, and it's police brutality because they see blue before
it's both.
Black.
It can be both.
Right. It can be both. They see blue before black, but I also think it's some old slave mentality where the black slave wants to catch the other black slave.
Slavery had a lot to do with race.
Right. Yeah.
Slavery had a lot to do with race.
Yeah.
So then there's a racial
and the people
component.
in the feed that don't like what we're saying. How about this? I don't care if you got a family member that's a cop. Do your fucking job. Do your job and stop acting like you got to beat somebody to a pulp because they had a tail light out. You fucks. I've had run-ins with the cops. I don't like you bitches. And then when I see you in these streets with your plain clothes on, it do make me want to do something to you. But I don't. Because I don't want us to get flagged and Savage A have to get taken off the air again like we did before. And I just don't want that.
Yeah. So the one cop who was washing his eyes out seems to finally have gotten himself together. And he's one of the ones who are arrested and fired.
Right now, we're going to play the second video clip in just a second. What you just saw there in the very first.
Can y'all hear that?
Was the initial part of the traffic stop.
Can you hear her?
Yeah.
And then Tyre Nichols runs away. One of the officers attempts to hit him by taser and fails. You then hear the chase play out on the radio. So now let's get to the second part of the video released by the city of Memphis. This one is from an elevated camera mounted to a street pole. All right, I'm sorry. Let me be clear. This is all coming in. We're doing this together. This is actually going to be from another body cam. So let me just play this for you again. This is another body cam from one of the officers on the scene.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I agree with Retha Jones. Very funny comic. If you ever get to see her live, go check her out live.
Absolutely, we love her.
I'm already desensitized. I saw Rodney King video and George Floyd. I'm upset that the cops were so quickly fired and charged, but it takes weeks for white cops to be fired and arrested. I agree with you 1,000%.
What you will see here when the audio begins is where the actual.
That doesn't mean these cops didn't need to be arrested. It just means that white cops need to be arrested faster. That's all we're saying. They need to be arrested,
and they need to do this across the board, but they're not going to do it because they're going to play this up as look at the black people beat the black people. That's why the term black on black crime, even though white people kill white people all the fucking time.
I don't think that, honestly, that's not the narrative that I've been hearing at all. I really, the narrative is, in addition to this being in addition to there being a racial problem with cops, there's obviously just a cop problem. All right, so now we're watching them run up. This dude is running. You know, I think we have a tendency to try and make things mutually exclusive, like, oh, it's either white, there's racist white cops, or black people kill each other too. It's like,
No, I'm
no,
not
like
saying that, but that's what they use.
I think the term we need to get into is bias, right? Like, there is a bias in policing, like that obviously occurs among black cops. Yeah, all right. So they're giving them the business now. Yeah, I saw a couple good punches, some kicks. They're all to the head. He's screaming for his mother.
Oh,
I think he's being pepper sprayed as well. So he's got at least 2 cops on his back right now. Give me your hands, bro, is what the cop is yelling. He's being sprayed constantly. The other cops are getting it too from the spray. He sprayed so much that the other cops have been affected.
that's why he's wiping his eyes. Fuck
Yeah.
them, man. Fuck these dudes, man. They're bitches. Man, I wish I could.
Yeah, so this one cop has had to step away. The body cam we're looking at, this cop has had to step away from the scuffle because he was the one spraying, and it's obviously affected him and a couple other cops. Doesn't seem like an effective deploy of the shit. But you hear them yelling.
Man, fuck these cops, man.
I can still see Nichols' feet moving. Give me a hand. Oh, so that's what it is. All right. All right. So the cop who was macing, who stepped away, he just pulled out his baton. And he's ready to beat with the baton now. That's the first baton I'm seeing though. He's back on his feet. Nichols is on his feet. Just got rocked in the face while 2 other cops hold him up.
Yeah.
3 are on him right now. He's on his feet. Sorry, guys.
What are they beating him for? Because he ran away?
They're beating him for massa. That's what they're beating him for. That's for,
No,
they're beating him for an extra biscuit at mealtime.
Right.
And some good clothes on Sunday.
You want your cornbread? You bitches.
They're beating him for more cornbread.
Fuck yeah. You know what? The reason
That's what they're doing.
I'm mad. The reason I'm mad while I watch this, I'm like, there ain't no fucking reason for this. You black cops, there's no fucking reason for this. There's no reason to do all this shit. Y'all just some bitch ass niggas. That's what y'all are.
So more cops have arrived.
I don't know about CNN playing.
First of all cops are out of shape. No, I think we need to see everything the cops did. This is what has been released. They show whatever's released, you know. Departments tend to edit stuff, but
they were beating him while he was on the ground.
Definitely, they stood him up and beat him. Okay. But the body cam guy, if I was to read it, the body cam footage I'm looking at now.
Right.
He was spraying pepper spray, ended up choking himself, had to step away. And once he was able to gather enough breath, seemed to come back. As Chief Davis mentioned, in an escalatory manner. He then went from pepper spray to baton.
Okay.
And I'm gonna mute this again. He went from pepper spray to baton. Yeah, and that's one of those things where it's like, bro, you deployed an implement and it backfired on you, and now you coming back more angry at this guy
On something
because
you did.
you can handle your shit.
Okay, but the
That's
bottom
what I
line
just
is,
read. Sorry about
no,
that.
I agree with WDMA Warrior. I just want to make sure that y'all know, I do think it's across the board. And it is Asian on Asian, violence. There's black on black violence. There's white on white violence. There's a lot of communities that you're around. They commit violence to who you're around, and but we're the only ones where they put that in the media all prominent, black on black crime. Like white people don't do crime, but they don't call it white on white crime when a white person shoots up a whole bunch of people in Vegas at a country fucking thing. They could call it a mass shooting, but they don't say white on white crime. That is white. It was a white dude up in the fucking hotel, and he was shooting a bunch of white people that were at a country concert. That's white on white crime. I never heard it in the fucking media. I never heard that shit.
Historically, we can prove that white people have been pretty violent historically as a group, which doesn't mean each and every individual, but
as a group.
My two main examples. My two main examples would be Europe and America.
And no. You know where else?
If we look at those two,
everywhere they go, and this is I heard this on a couple of different podcasts. You notice everywhere they go, for some reason, the indigenous people there have a problem, are beat down. Or in Australia, there was a lot of the indigenous people in Australia that got fucked over by white people down there. If you look at the Aborigines, absolutely. If you look at anywhere they go, there's a tendency for them to be that way. And I'm not saying that all white people, and let's clarify so the people that watch this can't say you just can't say all white people, but a lot of you motherfuckers have done a lot of heinous shit. That's all I'm saying. Timothy McVeigh, that was white on white, but no, he killed a lot of people.
That's not targeted white. That's governmental that's terrorism. That's against the government and against the United States. Not necessarily racially targeted, but nonetheless an example of a very violent white guy who obviously had
that he was trying to take out the whole building. I mean, but he took out half the building, but he really was trying to kill everybody. And then if you look at the guy I was bringing up in Vegas, I'm not trying to say that because you're in Vegas, but this dude had 2 hotel rooms full of ammo. This motherfucker planned on being there for a while. If SWAT wouldn't have took this motherfucker out, he'd have been there for a while. And he already had shot about 50, 60 people. So he was still ready to go. So before SWAT,
Oh yeah, no. That was his day. He was like, to do, kill, die. That was only 2 things on his list that day: kill, die,
and die. Yeah.
AJ Fit says all the police that's been in the news for killing us, you can bet your ass they most definitely showing all these ninjas. Hey, listen, man, I'm not gonna complain about that part, to be honest, because these cops deserve it. They are pieces of shit too. Yes, I want all cops. I want all bad cops to be put on blast like this. I want all bad cops to be recorded. I want all bad cops to be fired immediately. I want all bad cops to be arrested and charged with, compensatory crimes to their actions, right? So that being said, yes, more white cops need to be prosecuted more quickly. But that doesn't mean these black cops. Let's not tuck our bad black cops under the rug and be look at all these motherfuckers. Look at all of them.
It's a false equivalency to just say, well, like the whataboutism, like, well, what about what they do? It doesn't matter. I'm talking about what about all you motherfuckers do? You motherfuckers. And Retha, what does Retha say?
She said, so far, these videos are not clear, and I'm not seeing a Rodney King type beating. So far, I've seen cops trying to subdue this man. I can't disagree with that, Retha. I will say that I saw some good blows. I saw kicks to the head a couple of good times. while they were trying to subdue him. No, yet as of yet, I have not seen any footage of a handcuffed man being bludgeoned with a with batons or
That's what
you know.
Rodney King. The Rodney King beating changed everything because of the.
Well,
Wait, yeah.
it really didn't change everything.
No, I'm
right?
saying it didn't change everything, but what it did was the white people that were
it
astonished
highlighted.
and highlighted it, and it killed me where white people were astonished it's been happening, even though without video footage, it's been happening forever. If we didn't have half the video footage, we wouldn't know half the fucking dirt the cops do. Also, there was a guy down in North Carolina where the cop showed a cop throw the taser next to his body. Dude was running away. Dude said, "Hey, I felt threatened for my life." Shoots the guy in the back twice. I don't understand why forensic could. What is he running at him backwards? And the cop still ended up dipping the fuck out because he said he felt like he was a threat for his life. Even though until they found the video, some kid with an iPhone was filming him and he didn't notice. So this motherfucker would have got off if they didn't have the iPhone footage.
And I will say that, and that was in Charlotte, I believe, North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
That mayor and that department moved quickly to fire and prosecute that officer as well. So,
once they had the footage,
kudos to that though. Whatever. Once you caught. You know what I'm saying? The evidence is the evidence. So, maybe a department doesn't know until they see the video. But once they see it, you need reaction. You need action, right? So, and then fuck all those departments that do see videos and they're like.
But that's what they were going to do in the Aubrey case. I think that the DA.
Ahmaud Arbery, yes, that was it.
I think
and that wasn't even an actual cop who did it. It was the one who shot him was the son, but the father was a retired cop. So he had a relationship with the DA. Right. So it was an extension of the club, the culture. He was the
corruptness.
He was a cracker emeritus.
We went a little bit long today, and I wanted y'all to know the reason we went long because this is some other shit that we basically talk about. We talk about it with white cops all the time because white cops seem to be perpetrating it a lot. But these black cops did the same shit. If they were white, it would be an outrage, and I'm outraged by these black men doing this heinous shit. And I'm glad that they got arrested. I'm glad that they not only not just fired, just fired. I'm glad they got arrested. I hope they go to jail for the rest of their life.
They have murder charges. Well as
I hope they go to. I really do. I hope they go to jail for the rest of their life. But at the same time, put these other motherfuckers in jail too. Okay, but the white,
all bad cops,
all bad cops, all these white walkers out there, get them too.
Ben Crump did call this a playbook moving forward, right now. So I would just like to add to that the number one play should be to eliminate this behavior from police in general, which is fire, rehire, right? Weed them out. But then on top of that, when these incidences do happen, which they will continue to for the very near future at least, let this be the playbook. Let it be that, okay, we have video evidence of clear-cut criminal thug behavior outside of any police training. Let's do something. Let's not paid leave this shit. Let's fire these motherfuckers and charge them, right? This is the playbook. So moving forward, Memphis should be this should be the new standard for all departments of law enforcement across every level of the United States.
Good luck with that, Pedro.
Listen, we got to have a standard. How we enforce it is that's the next step. But we got to recognize that this is the standard, that no matter how we feel about it, about the chief or anything else, that her actions were more swift than we've seen in the past. And let's go with that shit.
Yeah.
Rita, fact Shane, there was actually an attempted cover up of George Floyd. Absolutely. You're right about that. The video sparked everything. This video so far does not warrant a protest of that magnitude. Just saying. I will say that, and I feel like there's going to be multiple angles, Rita, and I'm with you on that. But I will say that, somebody was like, do you think this is as bad as Rodney King? I think Don Lemon was asking the police chief. And, I yell at the TV sometimes. I don't think Don heard me, but I was like, the nigga's
Don't
dead.
ask the motherfucker.
Well, the nigga's dead. I mean, like, no matter what we've seen so far, we know that, and we've seen pictures of him in the hospital. Well, shit, that didn't happen by subduing.
That was beating.
So
And
like
also,
I think there's gonna be more camera angles.
Right. The brother that was
Right.
tased to death, that was another video, and he was saying they're trying to George Floyd me. If you look at the situations over and over again, or you see, there's so many situations where there's white cops doing this. I think it should be shown black cops. I just am beat down from seeing so many.
Yeah, and I think ultimately with this instance with Tyre Nichols, that the proof is in the pudding. And Rita says again, watch the rest of the videos. There's more. Absolutely, there's got to be more body cameras, more angles. For them to fire and bring charges against these cops, but B, the proof is in the pudding. Like, this young man is dead. He died 3 days later, and it's directly from his injuries that occurred as a result of his
I'm gonna say this.
encounter with these cops.
I think that just like a captain that goes down with the ship, I think that she should be held liable for knowing that she had the Scorpion Squad, which sound like something that fights Power Rangers. The fuck you name yourself, Scorpion
Squad. Well, again, I don't want to make
y'all a bunch of bitches. I'm saying that to you. Yeah,
but let's not.
Yeah, why not?
But let's not be because facts matter. Fuck your feelings. Let's not make it sound like she started this group. Again,
but she knew about it.
She's a year and a half into her job, and obviously didn't do anything to disband the group while she was, as she came into power. But I will say that at no point during her interview with Don Lemon or anything that I've seen her say publicly, at no point have I seen her shy away from responsibility at all.
Okay, but
while recognizing
so she didn't know the people that printed up the fucking sweatshirts that had police Scorpion Squad. What about them? She didn't see them when you look at our new shirts. She fucking knew. They kind of sound like a crew on the next season of Cobra Kai. Yeah,
Scorpion Squad. You know what I mean? But
no, I was.
So you might want to.
I just want to say to y'all, I think that the cops that act like this, black cops, white cops, first off, they bitches. They get bitch-like qualities, and I bet you they use bitch soap when they're washing their bitch ass. Secondly, I'm glad that they're going to go to jail. I hope they go.
But we don't know that they're going to.
I'm saying I hope they do.
By the way, 4 out of the 5 are back out on the streets already. So if you ever want to talk about bail reform, or if any of these cops want to complain about that shit, you could suck goat ass for 3 days straight, because
these
motherfuckers murdered the dude. These motherfuckers murdered the dude and are walking right now.
Put it this way: if somebody was working at the pudding factory and they just serve you pudding, and then you found out, oh, they killed somebody 2 days ago, I don't think you should be back at the pudding factory. I don't want to get pudding from you, murder hands. Okay, so end of the day, this is the same old shit with these cops. You know what I'm saying? It is hard to watch. I don't know if I want to see this over and over again, because the George Floyd shit was like, he had shark eyes.
That was the last straw.
Yeah,
for AJ, eyes. That was the last straw. And and Derek Chauvin, he looked like the Grim Reaper. Just
he was
dressed
that was called WT Evil in full display. White evil. But these brothers, I've seen some black people, like, you know what? I have had more bad run-ins with white cops than I have black cops. I'm gonna keep it real. And I've had some run-in with the cops, and I'm gonna tell you right now, even when I was being cordial, when I got arrested down in Houston and Carol Montgomery had to come and bail me out with her son, Devin, in her arms, and she's cussing at the cops and telling them, get him out of there. That's bullshit. It's fuck you. And then I'm thinking, I couldn't have said that shit to these cops.
This is about to turn into a felony real quick. Shit.
And I didn't even do nothing, and I don't drink. And when the cop was like, I'm trying to treat you like a human being, he got mad at me because I said, I am a human being. You can't try to treat me like what I am. Oh, I guess we got a courthouse lawyer here. Hey, man, fuck you. I didn't say fuck you. I was more like, stay calm, get out of this, and then come back and go at them. But they handcuffed my ass, and they're like, and I was in the passenger side. This is the wild part. They arrested me for public intoxication, and I was in the passenger side. I wasn't even driving. One of the waitresses
You don't drink.
from the club. I don't drink. One of the waitresses was bringing me back to the condo, driving back to the condo
for sex favors. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was, huh?
For some thumb in the butt. I know.
No.
For a little laying down and lick me up. Yes, nigga. I've been in Houston. Yeah, you was gonna drop off in her. I get it. Yes.
Okay, I was gonna give her that dick. No.
You got cop blocked.
No, the cop is like, "What are you doing here with this pretty white girl?" No. No.
And you like, want to
the way they treated me, how rough they were with me, and I was super compliant. Because I thought. Now the other time, I understand why.
That's the worst black superhero ever. Super compliant.
But the other cop that I had to run into downtown Los Angeles, I was rude because I was like, "The fuck's wrong with you, man? Just because you had a bad day don't mean you got to take it out on me, man. You know, don't be saying." And then he cussed at me first, so I cussed back. Where's your fucking license? Where's your fucking manners? It turned a little dicey. And but then he really couldn't get me on that because they ran my shit. And then he threw the fucking ticket in the window like this. And then I had to say, "You's about a bitch," because he couldn't do anything. But in my mind, he could have just busted off free caps in me. But it was weird. He came over, where's your fucking? I'm like, dude, I wasn't going that fast that you had to act like that with me. I just feel like cops are on a power trip, and these black men are on a power trip. Even when he sprayed him, you notice that he got mad about the spray getting in his face. Motherfucker, that's what pepper spray will do.
It's spray, my nigga. It's droplets.
He got mad.
You gotta be down. You gotta be upwind, nigga.
Yeah, you spray it in the and the nigga pull out a fan. Yeah, he pull out a fan real quick. And like, you motherfucker.
He's
supposed to work on me. So I just want y'all to know, I know that this is a heavy topic before we go into the weekend, but it had to be talked about. Savage AF here on Savage AF. We definitely, when we come back Monday, we'll have a lot more information. We'll probably revisit it because I'm going to tell you right now, I know that there's going to be some more shit come out. Over the weekend, for sure, we're going to hear more shit about it, and we're going to talk about it. And I want us to do, and again, next week, I've already said this to Pedro. I want us to start including anybody that wants to come on the feed and talk about it or debate about it because we want more of the general public's thought process on it. I agreed with Pedro on some stuff. I still think, even though she's new to it, I feel like she knew. I feel like she saw these motherfuckers at least walking out of the precinct with scorpion fucking sweatshirts on. I think
she's only fairly new to her position as the Memphis Police Department. I don't know if she's been a chief anywhere else, but I did also hear her mention that she was in law enforcement during the Rodney King incident, which would put her a smooth 30 years into the game easily. So 30 plus. So she's not some novice law enforcement officer at all.
She knows the deal.
But just I would say relatively new to the position of chief at the Memphis Police Department. I don't know if she was in that department too for years either. But either way, I think all cops know what the deal is. You make your choices. You're gonna go black hat or white hat, and we just need to get the. Oh, see, they done got my mind. The black hat's bad. See, we just need to get the bad cops out of the fucking.
We need the bad cops
out of the mix, and just send them back to the hills. And if we got to fight them in the streets, then we'll fight them there. But you can't keep giving them badges.
I feel like she's not a novice. She knew the deal. And listen, let me tell you something, Cobra Commander. You and your because that's your new name, Cobra Commander, and your Scorpion Squad, whatever the fuck it is. Y'all both need to be held accountable, not just them. They were under your watch. They were under your fucking command, and you should have some ramifications, repercussions, and you should never get no cornbread. Period.
Hey. Rita said, and I think just what I just saw too, is she said, what I just saw was too much use of pepper spray and excessive force. Charges are warranted though. And again, I saw kicks to the head. I saw punches to the head. and with 3 or 4 dudes on them at once. So I think we're going to get more angles, more vision, and ultimately though, through the fact of his death, charges are warranted. You know what I mean? Like the end result in this case,
And
the
his
ends
mother,
justify the means.
his father was sitting there real chill, like if I had a gun, motherfucker. But the mother, like it's just Chris Rock does a thing about it on, which is, by the way, I like the special called Tambourine, and he said I'd like to see more white women crying about they shot Chad, they killed Chad, and my point about that is you don't see that as much as you see black women, and this black woman looked like she's just one. She'll never recover. She'll never recover. She absolutely was destroyed. And I'm not no milk toast motherfucker, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that made my chest tighten up a little bit. It's like, damn, she was crying, dude, like just bawling, bruh. And then the other mother I saw with another police brutality situation, she screamed. And
these are tragic.
She screamed, and what they did was they took the sound down. But you seen her face, and I was just like, ugh. And as a parent, I'm gonna tell you right now, honestly, I saw this dude jump on this other dude that killed his son. It was this little, hillbilly ass motherfucker was sitting there, and he kind of smirked. And the father jumped over the back of the thing and start beating the brakes off him. And I bullshit you not, even though it's fucked up, looks like the bailiff waited a little bit, let him get a few in, then he grabbed him off of it. Because it's a parent losing a kid from sickness, because I'm dealing with some stuff now with my child that he's having a rough time. That's different than a cop taking your child away because he was just on a power trip. Or what I call, and I WDMA, we both are on the same page, a God complex. That's what's right. A God complex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I know that the different footage and angles are going to come out. And I don't know if I want to watch
yeah.
it.
Now we're looking at a city cam.
Is it
a couple
different?
are holding him down. And yeah, one is kind of, it's almost like having 2 holders for a punt situation or an extra point, where they're trying to hold him down so that the other one can get a good kick at the head. Yep. All right. We'll let this go, man.
We'll have more information probably on it Monday. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Rita Jones, thank you for stopping through.
Thank you, Rita Jones, for stopping in. WDMA, going back and forth. I get it. I agree with you on a lot of stuff pertaining to this. I'm hoping that this will change. I don't know if I've been saying this every single time, Pedro. I hope this will be something that makes them go, this is the blueprint. Let's follow this from now on. I hope.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, no. This nigga just banked this nigga so hard. Wow, I just saw his whole head turn. I'm sorry. They standing him up. Oh yeah, they standing him up while they banking this nigga. Yeah, no. Okay, this ain't Rodney King like batons. This is more like Drago versus motherfucking Apollo, or I mean, it's like 3 cops holding him up while they kind of, or 1 or 2 of them take turns, just like full grill blast, dog, like fit like bitch ass shit. 5-on-1, 3 of them hold you up while 2 of them just like get it. Like I saw some real head turns on that one. This is from a city cam up on like a pole, so this is an aerial bird's eye view. Yeah. I need to get out of here, but I'm on my way to Memphis. Ready to fuck some shit up. No, but
hey man, you don't get Gertrude what you do. Gotta make sure.
Yeah. Gertrude. Yeah. So man, everybody have a good weekend. Please stay safe.
Play safe.
We know that, as somebody said it earlier, we all know this though. Not all skin folk are kin folk. So black cop, white cop, we need to be looking out for good cop, bad cop, and they can come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and forms. So
right. So and
stay
also
woke. Unless you're in
don't
Florida, that's still legal.
don't listen to none of that Ron DeSantis fake fucking bullshit. Well, we can't even learn about black people anymore because he feels up in his feelings. Fuck you, Ron DeSantis. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We about to get up out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go to the channel. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you click the little bell. The bell. Make sure you do that. Give us some thumbs up because the thumbs up help our algorithm. I tell you that because that really does help us. Also, make sure you check out us on the IG, the IG, at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. We'll probably talk about it some more Monday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Are you going to be back by then? Or are you going to be back and still in Vegas?
My goal is to be. I'll keep y'all updated.
Okay, yeah. And if this Sunday, I'll be at the club called Mic Drop, Sunday, January 29th at 7:30 in San Diego, California. So let's see how that rocks out. We're already pretty full, so if you don't get tickets, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be done because I'm doing a small room. So, in fact, probably don't come down because it's gonna be packed.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, but
we want to stand in the room. We had to open a second show.
Call first because we're pretty full.
Check your local listings, guys.
Check your local listings. We'll be back at you 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if I want to watch these punk ass cops doing.
One of these punk ass cops, he's hobbling around like he hurt himself. This nigga walking around limping. I'm like, nigga, you not in shape enough to whoop ass? You fat motherfucking pieces of bristle bit.
Why somebody holds the other guy? Oh, fuck.
This nigga was bent over like, whoo! Like, nigga, nigga. These niggas ain't even in shape to do the fucking damage.
Horrible shit. And hopefully someday this shit will turn around. We'll see you then, y'all. All right, y'all. Later.
Deuces.